Hi everyone, Kim Harrington here. This is Module 3, my social network map. And first I will start by showing you the social networks that I use the most often. The first one is Facebook, and Facebook is actually what I base my map on. It's the one I use most frequently. Um, I've been on Facebook for quite a while now, since I was in college, so I think that I just have the most connections through Facebook in different types of groups. And then the next one is Instagram. I use that pretty often too. A lot of the same people who I have on Facebook, I also follow on Instagrams. But with Facebook, it's just easier to connect with people versus Instagram, since it's just with pictures. And then the next one is Etsy. I buy some stuff on here every so often. I don't necessarily connect with people on here. It's not a huge connection social media outlet, but there's places where you can do reviews and kind of just like interact with people who are buying and purchasing. The next one is Google Plus. To be honest, the first time I've ever really started looking into it is when it was brought to my attention by the Quinnipiac University. So I just used that to connect with you guys and also to the professors. And then for Twitter, as I mentioned in the last module video, I use it pretty often, but I do more following than having people follow me, so I haven't really built up a personal connection with anybody on there. It's mostly, news related, sports related, and then there are a couple individuals who I know personally or professionally on there. And then Pinterest is great, and again, a lot of the people on Pinterest I follow on Facebook, but again, it's just mostly just sharing pictures and stuff, so not a huge outlet for connecting. Next one is TripAdvisor that I use pretty often. But again, that one's mostly just for reviews and things like that. And then the last one is Tumblr, which I just actually recently started looking into. It's all about blogging and things like that. I haven't started my own blog on it yet, but again, I just kind of downloaded the app just recently and just wanted to look a little bit more into it. So now I will start talking about my Facebook network map here. So for my Facebook connections in groups here, I listed 6 of them that I think that are that pretty much build up my Facebook connections. That I have here my hometown friends. I'm from a small town in Central Mass called Lunenburg. That I have coworkers at WHDH TV, where I currently work. Athleta, which is a fitness store for women, where I also work part-time. And then I have my college network, where I went to UMass Lowell. And I have running and workout groups, and then my family. I have to be honest, I think that I kind of keep all these groups pretty separate. I don't have a lot of connections that kind of involve different groups or fall within different categories here. So again, I kind of keep them separate, but there are a few which I will discuss further. So the first one I will start with is my hometown friends in Central Mass. The first one is Jenna Regan, and she is a key connector. I've known her since I was 3 years old. One of my good friends from home. She still lives down there, and she works in law enforcement. So anything that has to do with the law or anything like that, I kind of go to her. And then also she's a key connector also because she is one of my best friends. So with me living not in our hometown again, she kind of keeps me connected with our other groups of friends and kind of keeps us all connected. Another one I have here is Corinne St. George. She's also a key connector. I grew up with her, known her since freshman year of high school. And she is more of like a promoter type. She works at a couple different bars in the area and restaurants, and she actually promotes for them and works for them and kind of markets them. So on her Facebook, there's a lot of different things on her Facebook page, just, talking about events that are going on. So the next one I'll start with is my coworkers, where I currently work. And there's 2 key people here who I am the closest with, I think. The first one is Lindsay Hoey. I've worked with her for 6 years, ever since I started there. She's an account executive. She's a sales maven, I consider her, because she's great at her job. I go on a lot of calls with her there. And also I put a promoter because she lives right in the city, and she's always going to different types of restaurant and posting on her Facebook about how great it is, things like that, and always also trying like new restaurants. So I would go to her if I wanted to try a new restaurant in the city. I would ask her about it, see how she liked it, what her reviews are. And the next one is Tiffany Middleton. She's also a coworker of mine. She's the promotions manager for the station, and she is most definitely the TV media maven. She's one of my mentors at work. She's very good at what she does. I go on a lot of calls with her also. We put together commercials together. We go on shoots together. So if there's anything that media related that I need to know or want to learn more about, I go directly to her. So my next network is my college network, which is UMass Lowell, and I have two key people here. One of them is Sayo. Right now she's a student. She's actually in graduate school to be a physician's assistant, and then she's also a promoter. I consider her very similar to my friend Lindsay that I work with that I showed you in the previous slide, where she's always going out in and around the city, going to different restaurants, going to different events there that she's always posting on Facebook and talking about. So if there's anything in the city that I would want to do, I would kind of talk to her and say, oh, how do you like this place? Or how did you like that food? So the next girl over here is Maggie Bryce. She works in, she's the human resource manager, and she also works in finance. As you can see from her pictures, she's definitely a fitness maven. She kind of got me started into running and in fitness and working out. Definitely, she was one of my best friends in college, and we're still really close. And then she's also a promoter because she's just so she's so involved in fitness and health that everything on her Facebook has to do with that kind of stuff. She's always posting stuff on there, and I go to her for advice. I consider her a running mentor of mine. If there's a new workout, I kind of talk to her about it. If I have a race coming up, I kind of talk to her about it, and she gives me advice and just talks me through things, and it definitely keeps me up to date. So both these girls, Maggie and Say, they are in my running workout group, so I kind of link them there. But they're definitely my college friends first, and then we kind of all kind of developed this passion for running. So they both are very similar. I've raced with Say before and also with Maggie, so I definitely put those two in both those categories. And again, this brings me to my running workout groups, and I have two people here, Maggie, who is my friend from college from the previous slide, and also Bethany. I met Bethany through Maggie, so we're friends on Facebook. We've raced together a handful of times, but I kind of know her through Maggie. So if I wanted to get together with her, in the beginning, I would go through Maggie and say, oh, does Bethany want to race with us? I think now Bethany and I are kind of, we can contact each other directly since we've met each other a couple times now, and we both share the passion for running. So that's where that connection comes in. So then the next slide brings me to my family. So I put three people here that I think are the most important. I have my two sisters and my boyfriend. I pretty much consider him part of the family, so I added him in this slide too. The first one over here is Tracy Camello. She's my sister. She's an ER nurse. She's definitely a key connector. We're very close. I consider her a medical maven. Anything that has to do medical related, I call her. If I'm sick, I call her, ask her about medicines or anything, or just little things like that. My dear sister down below is Christy Harrington. She's a school teacher right now, and again, another key connector. We're all very close, so in our family, so we definitely kind of keep each other connected, let us all know what's going on in the family. And then above here is Vincent Marcellino. He is my boyfriend, and he's also a firefighter. I kind of consider him a man of all trades also. He's definitely a man of all trades maven. I consider him because if there's anything, house related, home improvement related, that I think needs to be fixed, I go to him and I say, help me, or what should I do with this? And he comes in and definitely helps a lot there. So my last connection is my athletic coworkers, who I put a couple people here too. There's Robin Nichols. She's a fitness maven. She runs Ironmans. I've raced with her a couple times. And then down below is Sarah. She's a store manager in a fitness maven. I consider her also. She's also done Ironmans and races. She's also a promoter because on Facebook she definitely talks about the store a lot and things that are going on in the store. And then Maggie Bryce again now works at Athleta with me. So Maggie has a couple connections here. She knows, my Athleta co-workers because she works there. She knows my running groups, and then also she's in my college network too. So I just added that here, running workout groups where they all kind of link together and know each other here. But again, if between Robin and Sarah, if there's anything fitness related that I need, a question about, I can go directly to them. There's not too many people in my Facebook network where I have to kind of seek an outside source to see if they could get in contact with them. I feel comfortable, either messaging somebody over Facebook or texting them, asking them the question. So there's not too many people on here where I have to kind of go through a third party to reach out to. So I think that's pretty much it for my Facebook network map. Like I said, I kind of keep all my groups kind of separate. So as you notice, I don't have too many people that belong to multiple groups. There's only a couple of them. It's mostly my running workout groups because there's so many people that share this passion with me. So we all kind of get together, all at once for the same reason in mind, and kind of work together and run and work out. So that's probably the only group that I share with more than just one of these groups here. But everybody else I kind of keep separately. They're all very different. My groups are friends. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my network, Mac. Talk to you guys soon.